I came across this old quote by Elanor Roosevelt, and she said, "You must do the things you cannot do." And I love that line so much. It took me back, and it brought so many thoughts because it's really that simple. Hey, you got to do what you can't do. So that line right there is, it's so packed. So first, it's telling you like, hey, one, you got to be able to recognize that there are things you can't do, and look yourself in the mirror and really analyze where you are, your strengths, your weaknesses, and face the fact that, hey, I suck at this. I'm not good at this. I have a long way to grow at this, but I have to do this. I have to work and humble myself and do this, That's how deep that is to me, right? Where it's like once you acknowledge that, then some people don't even get to acknowledging it, right? We stop right before it because I'm too scared of it, or it's gonna pain me, this and that. But I know where my value is. I know where my strength comes from, and this doesn't make me weaker or stronger, but it's simply another opportunity for me to grow through, another opportunity for me to apply my faith and go in it and get stronger and better and create that result that I'm aiming for, right? Or the impact or the purpose that God has placed in my life to get to. And it's really that simple. Hey, don't stick to the things that you can do. You end up getting complacent in there, and then eventually complacency leads to failure. Why? Because you're not striving, you're not growing, you're not challenging yourself. If you don't challenge yourself, you don't change, right? In order to change, you have to challenge yourself. So what better way to challenge myself than to do the things that I cannot do, right? And I think of Bob Goff, who spoke about it was a small line that I love. He said, he's too excited to be afraid and too engaged to think of anything else. And it's kind of like, yo, I'm too excited about the feeling or the results that I'm gonna get from overcoming my weakness, overcoming this thing that I don't know how to do. I'm too excited to learn this skill and apply it and master it than to be afraid of whatever comes from it, right? I'm not afraid of failing. I'm not afraid of what other people think. I'm not afraid of sucking at doing this thing. I'm more excited. I'm too excited about learning it and passionate about learning it than being afraid. It's really that simple. So you have to take that mindset with you when you go. And it's really, one, being able to sit back and reflect like, hey, what's the thing that I've been avoiding because I'm afraid of it since I know I can't do it, right? And it's really looking at that dead on and recognizing that I have everything I need in order to do this, right? So I have the resources, I have the faith, I have the people, I have the ability to really apply myself and master this. The question really is, do you really want to do it? It's really that simple. You can do it. It's just a matter of, do you really want to do it? So that line, just remember that, I mark it on my mind where it's like, hey, you must do the things that you cannot do. That simple. And I'm too excited to be afraid and too engaged to think of anything else. I'm too engaged in this process. I'm too engaged in getting better. I'm too engaged in mastering this skill. I'm too engaged in working my faith. I'm too engaged in getting better than to worry about anything else. My favorite thing in the Bible, Nehemiah, he says, my work is too important to stop now and visit with you. Meaning like, hey, I'm too engaged in this work. I'm too engaged in my faith. I'm too engaged in my purpose than to stop and visit your criticism and visit you not doing anything and visit your judgment. I'm too engaged. My work is too important to stop now. So whatever it is that you've been putting off, or that you're afraid, or that you can't do, remember, you must do the things that you cannot do. Such a short but strong word. Thank you, guys. God bless.